Hey tribe, hope you're all doing well. Let's talk about first aid beyond the IFAK. Okay? First of all, if this is your idea of first aid, you and your family are dead. No joke. No joke. SHTF, going to define it again. What is it? It is a widespread, as in national, continental, or global event that is both long-term, as in a year, multiple years, and life-threatening, as in massive die-off event. That is SHTF. Less than that is not. Take away any one of those three, and it's not. You can have a mass die-off like the tsunami in Indonesia. That was not SHTF because it was short-term. If you lived through the tsunami, you were probably going to live through the rest of it. Helene, people died. It's tragic. They lost everything. But most of the people survived it. And if they survived the initial, they're probably going to make it through the rest of it because day one after the event, private helicopters were going in to help people. It's a couple weeks after the event now, and relief organizations are telling people if you don't have trucks already on the way, don't send them because they got too much stuff. So that's not SHTF because the rest of the country is coming to your rescue. So after we've defined SHTF, your little Band-Aid group from Costco isn't going to cut it because no one's coming to help you. And you're going to cut yourself. We don't even have to have a big cut for you to die. Scratch your finger, get it infected. Where are your antibiotics? You're dead. Okay, so beyond the IFAK. Let's start with IFAK. This is an IFAK, the contents of which I got from Tyler Shepard in this original container, which I thought was cool at the time, and it is cool, but it's not very handy for the way I'm using it. I put it, strapped it to the back of the driver's side of my car, and it's in each of my vehicles. I have one of these. I took all the contents out, put it in here. What do we got in here? Well, let's find out. We got a tourniquet. Tourniquet needs to be staged. Not in the plastic. The dirt doesn't matter, according to Tyler, and I agree with him that while things are normal, getting dirt in a wound doesn't matter because their next stage after putting the tourniquet on is to get them to a hospital where they're going to take care of all that. SHTF, might be a little different there. But what's in it is a whole lot of goodness. Whole lot of goodness. He taught me something during his classes I took twice, which are just excellent. Find them on the internet at Snafu Readiness. And if there's a course locally to you, take it. It's just really good stuff. That's in the back seat of my car. Each of my vehicles has a similar kit on the back seat of it. What else we got here? Okay, we might as well compare IFAKs while we're talking about IFAKs. But we really need to go beyond IFAKs because IFAKs only get you past a current event. It doesn't get you back on the road. Right? Say right, because I am right. You have to think long-term care in SHTF. You must think long-term care in SHTF. Or you and your family are all dead. Because accidents happen. Why did I get so many of these? I'm not really sure because I thought I only ordered 3. But I got this and I got this from Rhino Rescue. And I got this. And I got this. I think they sent me too many. Wow, okay, I'm not even sure what's in them, but let's find out. And I checked the contents list. I'm not going to go through everything, but they're not as inclusive as the kits that Tyler puts out. And they're not as inclusive as another very, very good source, which is Refuge Medical. The difference is that this was 89 bucks, I think, and maybe even less because I got them on sale. Tyler's is 150, but it's worth it, every penny. It's a better contents than this. And Refuge Medical, I believe they were almost 300 bucks for pretty much the same thing that Tyler puts out. Double the cost, almost double the cost. I'm not saying don't buy Refuge Medical. I really like Bear Independent. I donate money every month to Caleb House. Look it up, do it. He's one of the very few people in the U.S. that are helping to rehabilitate trafficked children. So tragic, but so necessary to help them. So that's IFAK. Yeah, whatever, right? Let's get rid of this. So beyond IFAK, what do you need? Oops, lost my glasses too. That's another thing. Do you have extra prescription glasses? Even if they're off-the-shelf prescription glasses? You need lots of them. Because when the supply chain breaks down and you can't see without them, like I can't read without these, great. Distance vision still got 20/20, actually 20/15. But I need these to read, unless I'm holding it way back, which isn't very convenient. So, beyond the IFAK, I bought this a while back, a few years ago. It's got stuff inside it, and I added sutures and scalpels, yada yada, a little bit more robust. And then I got this from Sherber, and it's got stuff. I mean stuff and stuff and stuff. It's even got, I added emergency blankets. Stuff and stuff and stuff. Must be on this side. It is. It's even got oxygen cylinder, which I filled at work. I work in aviation, so I could do that. Yeah, you need a really robust kit, and this is my plan to take this with me on, camping trips, yada 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 yada. The intent is to set up a clinic or an infirmary. Pro tip, not my pro tip, but Tyler's pro tip. Most IFAKs that I've seen don't come with an emergency blanket. And I think I had one in mine, and then I took it out for space. And then I took Tyler's course. And what's the last thing on March is hypothermia. So space blankets. Why? Kind of important, because the last straw that breaks the camel's back or kills your patient, which could be a family member, a loved one, is what if hypothermia is the last thing that does them in? The last straw that breaks the camel's back. This is cheap. These are cheap. Get them, put them as part of your IFAK and part of your larger first aid plan. Get one of these. Worth having. And aside from that, how many of these do you have? 180 count gauze rolls, 4 inches wide. I got 2 of these. Plus all kinds of loose ones in smaller quantities. Why? In SHTF, do you really want to have to tear up your shirts, boil them, and use those for bandages? I guess eventually we'll get to that point. But I want to have a ramp down. I don't want to do a Wile E. Coyote where I go over a cliff and it's straight to the ground and you just go splat. So I have a lot of first aid supplies, and I do mean a lot. I'll show you what a lot means, because that can be subjective, right? This is a lot. Excuse me, moving the camera. Trauma pack. Staplers. Another stapler. Thermometer. Sore throat lozenges, because it can help ease your discomfort. 9-volt batteries. I'm not sure why I have 9-volt batteries in here, other than that there must be something in here that has a 9-volt battery requirement. Pro tip maybe, feminine pads can work very well as blood absorbing packages, whatever. Sterile, and they absorb a lot. Hydrogen peroxide. Nighttime cold medicine, because it helps you to get better. Calamine lotion. Acetaminophen. Chest rub. On and on it goes. You need stuff. Surgical sutures. Paper surgical tape. Ivermectin. Loose bandages. Ibuprofen. Big bandages. You go down deeper. Ice pack. Perlex. Wet wipes, because wet wipes. Down in here somewhere there is Pediasure, because you need electrolytes when you're sick and you're losing all your electrolytes, especially for kids. What else? Preparation H, because I think it was $1 at the dollar store. Celox injector. This is for my family. You can get Bleed Stop, which also works, but it's non-natural. It has to be cleaned out of the wounds before you sew it back up. Celox is all natural. You can leave it in the wound and the body clears it out. That's what I've been told. So that's why this is for my family. Not yours. Nacho cheese. Okay, so I have this one. This size. I have 6 others just like it. Various things in it. Not all of them contain exactly the same thing, but they have good supply of different stuff. Even burn gels are important. I have also 2 that are smaller than this altogether. Why? Because in SHTF, no one is coming to help you. No one. What else do you need? You need to know how to suture. So what do? You get yourself a suturing test kit, or a practice kit, right? I got a couple of those. I'm gonna put this thing back up. What else do you need? Do you know how to do that? What if someone's dying of hypothermia or sun exposure, right? Need water. Need to get water in them fast because it's complicating their gunshot wound or their chainsaw wound. Plus, they're dehydrated. So you got to be able to put water in them quickly. How many of those do you have? How many IV drip bags do you have? That's a practice kit. And how many needles? and the other sorted things you need for it. I got several of these, not a lot, but I got a couple. I have saline solution. You need first aid. I am not going to sit here and pretend that I know everything that you need for first aid, because I do not. Tyler did a great job of teaching me how to put a tourniquet on. I wish I practiced more, because if you don't practice, it's a perishable skill. But you need the supplies. My hope is that someone comes along, knows how to use all this stuff, and sets up our clinic for us. And they will. We have an EMT with us. But even more, medical skills are important. Have the books. Where there is no dentist, where there is no doctor. Do you have dental tools? I have dental tools. You need dental tools. You need temporary molars and cement and all those things. I got them. You got to have them. You got to have them. A toothache will kill you. You got a leaky tooth, infected tooth. That stuff dripping down in your mouth and you swallowing it all the time is poison, and it can kill you. So you need to be able to pull a tooth. Yeah, it's important. It's important, folks. It's coming. And nobody's coming to save you. So you have to be your own first responder. You got to be your own EMT, your own paramedic, your own fireman, your own policeman, your own military. You got to be your own everything. But without the supplies, it's a straight drop down in a Wile E. Coyote cartoon. And at the bottom you go poof. And that poof means you're dead. Your loved one is dead. Great that you put a tourniquet on them. What do you do next? What comes next? Recuperation. How do you recuperate if you ain't got the stuff? You don't. You get infected and you die. You know how to amputate a leg? I don't. Well, then you need to know how to take care of it. Because if it's infected, amputation is the next step. And it doesn't get amputated, you die. And this is a long video, but it's really important. You are your own first responder. Your kids get hurt playing. You have to be able to take care of them. Get trained. Sign up for Tyler's classes. Get trained. Learn CPR. Learn how to put a tourniquet on. Practice how to put a tourniquet on. God bless you all. Take care. Out.